Once there was a great pianist named Ludwig van Beethoven, and he was friends with a man named Napoleon Bonaparte, who was the first consul of France. They were once good friends. Some say Beethoven admired his friend. He even named his third symphony after him and even considered him a hero. One day, Beethoven homies was letting him know like, yo, your boy Napoleon, he the new emperor of France. When he heard that, he got a little mad, he got a little jealous, and he basically said,
I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk.
And then just went on for the rest of his life just being a Napoleon hater. What is hating? Hating is intense dislike or animosity towards someone, but it's a little bit more complex than that. It can stem from fear, misunderstanding, even jealousy. When you think of the word hate, you think of stuff like violence, discrimination. Hating can also be subtle. You know, you hate every day. Yeah, you do. We all do. Like when your sister is making food in the kitchen and you know it's top tier, like Gordon Ramsay was up in there and helping her out or something. But when she hands you a plate and you take a bite and it's so delicious, you gotta tell her.
Mediocre.
You gotta keep them humble. But there's also them people who just hate just to hate. Those are probably some of the worst kind of haters of all time. People who hate on something just because the majority likes it. Someone who hates LeBron, the glorious king himself, just because he's the GOAT. Like, how could you hate on LeBron?
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
We all got that one friend. At the end of the day, those people just trying to be different. Like, bro, we get it. You're cool. Yeah, we don't care. I'm all for the hot takes, but it's a big difference between rage baiting and having a genuine opinion. Why do we hate, though? Is it jealousy, insecurity, desire to feel more superior? I don't know. But ladies and gentlemen, today this video is not about me and you. It's not about how much of a big hater I am. This video is about fiction. I'm a big movie guy. I love watching movies. I love watching TV shows. I love watching anime. I love everything. I feel like fiction has some of the biggest haters of all time. Just know when you're watching a scary movie, when you're watching a show or anything like that, and you see a hater, whoever they're hating on, they're about to make their life miserable. For example, J. Jonah Jameson. J. Jonah Jameson is a character from the comics and from the movie Spider-Man. He was a publisher at some news place called the Daily Bugle, and his superpower in Marvel was just being a hater. That's literally the only thing he was known for, was just being the biggest hater of all time. Yeah, he was mean to other people. You know, he had his moments of being rude and disrespectful, but Spider-Man, he could not stand him. He couldn't stand to see him. He could, anything Spider-Man done, achieved, if he could have cured cancer, that man was mad. There was a time where J. Jonah Jameson literally funded big robots to track down Spider-Man and off him. The only man who's protecting your neighborhood, you're trying to off him. Like, I can't imagine being Spider-Man, having all of this amazing powers, working with the Avengers, and being on the side of Iron Man himself. And my biggest op is the publisher at Daily Bugle. Huh? In the movies, we all see Jonah yelling about how much he hated Spider-Man and how much he couldn't stand him and how much of a criminal he thought he was.
A menace!
But in the comics, no. I tell you, he was Spider-Man's biggest op. I'm telling you, he wanted him off the map. If I was Spider-Man, I might just have to pack him up. I'm sorry. Like, I know he's a regular, but like, it's just like, you can't keep doing me like this. When it comes to superheroes, they have some of the biggest haters and ops of all time. Like, for example, my boy Flash couldn't even use the bathroom without Reverse Flash going back in time and stealing all his toilet paper. Now, I feel like we already know how crazy the Reverse Flash is. We already know the Reverse Flash is one of the biggest haters of all time. But for the people that's not tapped in,
Just peep Game and Lock in real quick.
the Reverse Flash is a DC character from the comics and also from the Flash series. And this is just another case of a man's whole existence is based off hating on another man. Now, the Reverse Flash used to be a fan of Barry Allen, aka the Flash, until one day the Reverse Flash just thought like, hey Barry, I'm going to make your life miserable. And he did. Like, I believe the Flash show starts off with his dad in prison because he killed Barry Allen's mom. I didn't come to find out later on in the show that was the Reverse Flash.
You killed my mother.
So technically,
Why?
he's been on crazy shit since the beginning of the show. Like, he started off the show offing his mom. We just ain't see it till later on in the show. You know, the Reverse Flash is just not your, oh, evil and chop you up and take over the world. No, he's literally just petty. He's a guy with this amount of powers, strength, and this what he decides to do. He's just a petty guy. You know what I'm saying? He went back in time to and push Barry down some stairs as a kid just because he went back in time to mess up his baseball game as a kid. He's just a petty guy. He went back in time to erase his friend from existence. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's a little dark. It's more than petty, you know. Still apply.
It was me, Barry. I jerked you off at super speed so it seemed like you nutted at just a woman's tut.
And last but not least, this person isn't a superhero nor a villain, but I still feel like this person still applies. Like, this person is valid and goes on the list of haters. Probably one of the biggest haters, Candace. Now, I know y'all wasn't expecting this one, but Candace gotta be one of the biggest haters of all time. If you don't know who she is, my nigga, where you been at? Candace is just a hater version of Vicky. Now, Vicky is a hater, but she's just plain out evil. You know what I'm saying? There's levels to this shit. Candace was just a flat out hater. Like, how can you be mad my niggas got more motion than you while getting huzz? Why did I say huzz? It was just like she was addicted to trying to get her little brothers in trouble. Like, how much of a hater can you be? She was snitching left and right. I mean, I honestly think if she just had her own motion and wasn't so focused on her little brothers, she probably could have found out that her pet platypus was a spy. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you wasn't a hater, you could have known your pet was out there saving the world. It got so bad to the point she was snitching in the theme song. How are you snitching in the theme song? Like, what are we doing? There was not an episode where she was not snitching. I just find it crazy how the pet spy, could get along with Dr. Doofenshmirtz from time to time. Dr. Doofenshmirtz? But you couldn't let your little brothers build a roller coaster? I remember just being a kid, every time she popped up on screen, I wanted to just kick my TV in. Like, it was so crazy. But that wraps it up for this video. Thank you for watching, tuning in. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys stay blessed. Keep God in your life. Love.